Guys, James here today and welcome back to another Sims 4 house building video. Today we are working on a couple of townhouses in Britechester. This is something that we've been meaning to do for a while. If you haven't been watching my Let's Plays, way back when Discover University came out, we played through the whole thing, we made some money, and then we moved to this lot with the hopes of building up 2 townhouses, one of which we would rent out to roommates, which was a new feature in the game that was added then, and then the other one that we would live in. And we eventually have got there through a roundabout way. It's been a lot of fun, but we are finally at the point where we have enough money to build up the townhouses. So this one that we're building right now is the townhouse that we're using for all the roommates that we're going to get in. And ideally, we're going to get a bunch of people that we know from the series, and that should be a lot of fun. But the idea is we have one big townhouse to ourselves, which is actually a 3-level townhouse because there's 2 levels above ground, 1 below. Actually, no, that's not right. There are 4-level townhouses. We've got 3 above and 1 below. Yeah, they're 4 levels each. So we have 4 levels for our own townhouse. And the one we're building here, which I'm still struggling with, you can see I'm trying to figure out how to get it to work, is I'm actually splitting it into 2 units. Now, if you saw my recent gallery video, I actually taught a lot of someone that had made some Britechester townhouses on this exact lot with a similar idea of what we were going to do in the Let's Play. So I took some inspiration from that, where they actually built 2 units in the townhouse for the roommates. Instead, though, they split it down the middle, whereas I'm splitting it by floors. So we're doing 2 contained units that have 2 levels each. So there's 1 unit that's on the upper 2 levels and 1 unit that's on the basement and the ground floor. So we sort of split it vertically. So that means we have a couple of townhouses on the right, which is not, I guess there's 1 townhouse split into 2, and then we got our big one on the left. Now, I also had fun. I really wanted to do these really big windows because I thought they would look epic from the inside, and it kind of gave me more of an old school factory vibe. Maybe this particular lot was renovated into apartments after the fact just because it has these giant windows. I don't know. I thought it looked really cool. I think it looks really cool from the inside. And we do something. Oh, by the way, the townhouses that we're using for the roommates, which we're building today, they are pretty dank. Like we're doing cheap furniture. We're trying to make it look dirty and old and not really maintained because we're not really going to be the best landlords that we can. We're giving them everything they need, but nothing that luxurious. So the idea is we're trying to do cheap furniture, fully furnish it. They each of these units over here are going to be 3-bedroom apartments, and each of the rooms has a double bed in it. So I guess we realistically could have like 6 roommates on this lot, which we would actually have a little less because we already have 4 Sims in my own household. So we can only have 4 roommates anyway. So we have plenty of beds with our current arrangement. So I think, oh no, that's not right. We can have up to 10, including roommates. So we could actually have 6. Yeah, we could have 6 roommates. Actually, that works perfectly. Yeah, cool. So that's great. So we can fill both of these units completely at the moment. So that's the plan. So on the ground floor, you see, I was just trying to figure out where to put the stairs and where to have it sort of go up to the next level. There was a lot of sort of working out of the floor plan I had to do. I was really trying to keep the chimney stacks accessible so that we would actually use them for a fireplace somewhere in the build, but I couldn't. With the layout and the door position, it didn't really work. I just had to do stairs in front of it. So I guess we could look at it as maybe it was a historical chimney stack maybe for the factory. It was just like some sort of old system they had. And then when they renovated it into apartments, they didn't have it anymore. So I actually really like this apartment. This one right here, I had a lot of fun with because it's actually really, the walls and stuff are really kind of gross, and the furniture. But I think that the floor plan is kind of interesting. So this is, I guess, the main floor of this building. I was going to say ground floor, but it's technically elevated. Then we have this sort of loft level that doesn't take up the whole upper level, but we actually have these interior windows for the bedrooms. Because that means you have this huge 2-story giant window completely visible in the living space, which we'll have a look at. We'll go at the end of this, we'll jump into the game and we'll have a little tour around so you can see it in more detail. But the idea is you can see this whole big window from the living room and then from the bedrooms, because obviously one of these bedrooms is fully interior. There's no exterior room for a window. We had to have a window somewhere so it actually opens into the living space, which is a little unusual, but I think it kind of works with this. It really creates a cool vibe, and I think it's sick. I mean, I don't know that I would personally want to live in that in real life, but it could also be really interesting. I don't know how well it would work, but there you go. So the floor plan on this upstairs bit is quite simple. We have 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. I didn't have any room for en suites. I'm sure I could have added them, but I didn't really want to. So we're trying to make these as kind of gross as possible. Well, not as gross as possible, but as cheap as possible. So there's 3 bedrooms here. I actually furnished one of them to try and make it look like whoever's living in that room really tried to decorate it and make it look as nice as they could, but they didn't really get anywhere. This one's just got like almost like a blow-up-y camping looking mattress. We're doing a lot of wall scuffs and like cracks and everything everywhere, wall stains. It's just it's just like really, really grody. It's like our Sims have just bought this property. They've just, done the bare minimum to keep it standing. And they're like, yep, that'll do. That'll do just fine. Let's go with that. And then they've just got people to move in. And I think it's going to work really well. And then the idea is our apartment, our townhouse, we're going to make it look really, really nice, really, really fancy. We'll be building that in the next build video because this is a 2-parter just because it was taking me so long to do this. I didn't even, I didn't show all of the furnishing on the second, the second apartment. So it's not even everything. There's just a lot to do because there's 2 full apartments over here. Then we've got the whole other townhouse to do, which is ours. So that should be really, really cool. So this is the room right here that they are trying to make it really nice, or as nice as they can with the space they have. I also kind of like that all the rooms are slightly, no, they're not that, I mean, they're not small, I guess. They're not that small, but they're not that spacious for all the double beds. So I like that it's sort of a little bit cramped in and it's all kind of trying to fit as best they can. I was having quite a bit of fun with that. And I think the interior windows are quite nice. I do also like that because they came in Moschino stuff pack, the windows are slightly open and I actually really like that. So it's like they're trying to get air into their room because that's the only window. It's so sad. And it's doing some tiny living dresser there because it fits quite well. I was having a lot of fun with this. We got the old floorboards. They're sort of, I think they were from Get Famous, like the Western sort of floorboards. Oh, I actually really like this idea. So I put a tiny little desk here underneath and in front of the TV unit. And I didn't do TVs in any other room. And also that unit is quite expensive. And I gave him a laptop too. I'm being quite generous, to be fair. But yeah, well, I guess the idea is this furniture is actually whoever moved in, not me, but as the player, I do have to buy it because, Sims that move in won't furnish themselves. The idea was that they were trying to make their room as nice as possible, so they gave themselves a TV, a radio, a bookcase, they had the laptop in there, and then the other rooms are just like, these people just don't care. They just got cracks everywhere. I kind of wish there was a clothing rack that looked really, really dirty because the 2 clothing racks that we had were like the costume one and then there was like a Moschino clothing rack, so just really expensive stuff. So I was like, it didn't really work. I also thought of this as like, I was kind of trying to furnish this as like student housing as well because I felt like that made the most sense because we are in Britechester, so it is a college town. So I guess that's why I'm sort of also using a lot of like little desks and just sort of Discover University stuff in that sense as well. And I thought that went quite well. Now the bathroom, it's actually, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big bathroom. It's quite thin. We did a shower tub combo. Not my favorite thing to use, but I think it fits perfectly into this build. I was very happy with that. And I love this sort of exposed tank or like risen up tank above the toilet. It's super old school looking. Something that hasn't been changed in years is the idea there. But so this is pretty much the upper loft level of this apartment. And then I actually quite like the living. I actually quite like this apartment. If I had to choose between the 2, I'd choose this one, especially because the other one is half in the basement, so it's nowhere near as nice anyway. This one's really cool. It's got a sweet window. Like, even though the walls and the floors are kind of dirty and like some of the fixtures and fittings aren't the best, it's a much nicer environment than I think the second one we build. So we got that nice cheap couch. It's the one that we actually already had in the other townhouse. Not the exact one because I re-bought a new one, but the same ones that we were using next door when we had no money. And then just doing like, I was trying to figure out what Sims would want to do, like what the roommates would want to do. So I just added some bookcases. I actually added in like a little chess table as well for them and a TV and all the sort of basic stuff so they can live there. Now, as far as I'm aware, you guys have said in the past that having roommates and like locking doors into certain rooms doesn't always work as best as it can. I'm hoping that we can fully lock off our apartment and then roommates will still be happy with the space they have over here. I don't know. That's going to be something we're going to find out. But I'm really quite excited for this build. Oh yeah, I put some nice big pipes there as well, just just because I was like, yeah, that'll be good. And then because we are terrible landlords, we're giving them some creepy paintings. So we got a tragic clown there. It's like, why would you ever put that up? But we're just that kind of landlord. So we gave them that. And I mean, there's some plants around the place. It's not too bad. And they got 2 bathrooms. It's pretty good. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. I'm sure the rent would be super low in a place like this. Although it might not be. It could actually be really high. It's pretty spacious, to be fair. You know what? I really wish we could charge us like our own rent. Instead, in the Sims 4, when you add a roommate, it just divides the total lot's bills. Like, well, not divides them, it sort of just gives them a cut. You can't specifically charge them rent for a certain amount of space, which is a shame, but you know. Anyway, so this is the other unit. This one is I guess it's a little unusual because on the ground floor is actually where we're doing all the bedrooms because it's technically the upper floor of this unit. And it was kind of unusual, but the second, like, I feel like it probably would have it would make sense to have like a kitchen and living room on the ground floor and then bedrooms on the other floor, like not the main floor. But the reason I did the bedrooms on the ground floor in the other unit was because otherwise all the bedrooms would be in the basement and there wouldn't be any windows in half the rooms. So it kind of made more sense to divide up the ground floor into bedrooms because each of those rooms can have windows. And then the basement, we do have some windows in the sort of kitchen area and the living room area, but that's about it. So I think it just made more sense to do it this way around and have the bedrooms here. They can have plenty of natural light, and then downstairs is a little bit dungeony. But I made this particular apartment much more student accommodation. Like it has a ping pong table and a bar. So it's a bit of a party room downstairs. So hopefully that'll make up for it from the rest of this place. It's a little bit dungeony. I would definitely, like I said, definitely take the other unit if I could get it. I guess the idea of these is they're kind of like student housing, like share house kind of setup. And we're doing it as cheap as we can. Though, I mean, I say that, but we have given them some good stuff. Like, some of them have computers and they've got TVs and they've got all that. Like, it comes with all that stuff. Like, that is a luxury. Whoever moves in here is going to absolutely love it. And I hope, I really hope when we build our own townhouse next door, the idea is it's going to be really fancy. It's going to be fully renovated. And then the idea is that this whole build on this side is not renovated. This is what it used to look like. So then we're going to try and make ours look just, mwah, you know, because we're going to have, I was planning on having potentially another kid. We have 1 toddler at the moment. Then we've got the 2 adult Sims. So we need at least 1 bedroom for each of them. And then 1 for the toddler that we have. And then a 4th bedroom for a second kid if we have one, which I do want to have. So the other townhouse would probably be 4 bedrooms. And then maybe a couple of living rooms or something like that. And well, actually, we might need a robotics lab and all that because we're kind of doing all that stuff as well. And like a science lab. We kind of miss out on a lot of stuff because there's no garden on this lot, unfortunately, because the lot is just too small. That's why I really wish this lot had more garden space, like more depth to it. But that's, you know, I guess that's the way it is. So this one, this is down in the basement now. There's actually a front door that leads into this just underneath the catalog where it is now. You can see where the windows are. There is a door there that you can actually access from the street. So I think it still kind of works. Like if you actually kind of set it up as this, you know, get your Sims to use that as a front door for this apartment, it kind of works. So then come in here into the kitchen dining area. I also just added like a little desk in this room as well because maybe someone just needed to find space to put in a desk. So I thought that kind of be like, you know, they'd just shove it over there because there's room. It is quite a spacious room. I was kind of like, what do I do with it? Because it has the front door there, and then there's just room. So I just added a computer desk, and then we've got the kitchen over here. Nothing fancy at all. And then there's actually quite a big living room back here. Not obviously, windows are not that nice, but I added like a little window well off to the side there because I didn't want it to have no windows. I really wish that you could have basements sticking above the ground just a little bit, so you could just have a window at the top of a wall, and it'll sort of stick out just a bit, but can't do that, unfortunately. So I did like a little light well off to the side. Oh my god, that rug is so dusty and gross. And then this kind of turns into a little bit of a recreational area over here. They have a bar, and then they have, I think I'd add the bar in the kitchen maybe. I had a ping pong table. Oh no, I had the bar over the other side of the room. And then I had a ping pong table because I felt like it. And, you know, it's just a bit of fun. I was going to do a card table. Then I was like, no, we're going to use this. I'm going to try and make it fit. It's going to be fantastic. They're going to love it. This is the best accommodation ever. So this is pretty much this little area down here. So yeah, I think my favorite is the one upstairs for sure. For sure, I just love the giant windows. I know originally I was building these townhouses to look identical to the ones that are already in the world, but I kind of like that these look different. And also, I really, really like the big arching windows. I don't know. I just think it looks sick. It looks so cool. When we jump into the game in a couple of minutes, or in about a minute or so, I'll jump into the first-person camera and show you what it looks like from the inside. It's just like, oh, if you had that sort of window in your own place and just like you were in the middle of a city with this giant view, it's just like, oh, so good. I don't know. Like, look at that. I think that looks amazing. So actually, this is where I want your feedback, because obviously I haven't fully furnished or even really designed this other one. This is going to be the luxurious renovated one. I was kind of struggling a little bit with the layout. It took me a while, and it kind of feels a bit cramped. So the idea is here. So these, I've actually divided the big window into two, because the idea is they're 2 bedrooms. So I have Trash and Bob. Those are my 2 Sims. They're going to each have a bedroom. And the idea is that they both get a bit of this view. And I really like that. I really like this bit. And it's actually a 2-story bedroom. So you get the whole height of the window going all the way up. And I thought it looked really, really cool. The problem comes to the rest of the layout. I couldn't really figure it out. I'll show you more when we jump into the game in like a few seconds. But this is where I'm sort of trying to plan it out. The stairs got kind of confusing. I didn't really know where to put it. So I definitely want comments and suggestions on how we should tackle all of that and the best way we should do it. Because it really started feeling like a little bit of a rat warren. And even more so in the actual game right now. There's a lot that I cut out and didn't record. But let's go ahead and jump into the game and have a look at it all. All right, so here we are. I think this is starting to look really, really nice. Like I said, I really love these windows. I think it looks cool. I did originally have it looking much more like this with these 6 windows, but I love this. I love this change so much. We obviously haven't done landscaping outside yet, or the finishing touches. We're more just going to be looking at the interior of this one, and then we'll have a look at this one afterwards. So actually, first up, I want to go in and show you this big window, because it's just, even from out here, you can sort of see the interior. You can see those bedrooms and how that loft sort of works in here. I think that just looks incredible. Like, obviously, it's really dirty, and I've furnished it that way on purpose, but you could see just how beautiful this could be. So if we come around this way and like look into this, oh my gosh, with the light as well, like how cool does that look? It looks so nice. So this is the little living area. And then in here, this is, oh my God, look at the walls. This is their front door right here. They come in here. There's the stairs, they come in here. This is their front door, a little mirror. That's their little trash chute, dining table, kitchen. And through here is a little downstairs bathroom for them. Really nothing fancy at all, but that's kind of the point. And then this beautiful living room. I think this is the selling point right here. Oh. And then we go upstairs, and then upstairs, the interior little hallway, nothing to write home about. In here, we've got a few bedrooms. I mean, that's a pretty cool view. Even though it is opening into another room, it looks really cool, I think. Ew, look at this room. It's so gross. This is their bathroom just in there. And this way is this room that has like this sort of almost like camping blow-up mattress thing. Ew, it's so gross. And then this one is the room where they've tried their best. Whoever moved in here tried their best. They're trying to make it look nice. They're trying to make it work. And it's not too bad. It's really not too bad. So that's that unit. If we go back down to the ground floor here, I know there's no railing on those stairs yet, but like I said, this is not done yet. This is kind of just, we're looking at the furnishing of this one. So we come in, so this is like the foyer, and then that goes up to that unit. I need to fix that wall, don't worry. So we come in here, really nothing special, just all the bedrooms. These ones are not furnished as much, because I mean, roommates in The Sims, they don't really need anything anyway. So it's kind of a bit blank, because I really had fun detailing the other one and felt like we didn't really need to do this one as well. They have everything they need anyway. Then we go downstairs to the basement, which is kind of where everything is. Got the little kitchen area in here. I mean, I kind of like. It's not too bad. Little windows there. That's where the entrance is. There's another little bathroom through that door there. Back through here to the living space, which I put those pictures on the wall because like the people that moved in here, they'd be like, why have they put these pictures up there? Why have they done that? They got a bar, these horrible couches, this TV on that stand, a ping pong table. You know, that's kind of what it is. So that, I mean, the best bit is this whole place there. So now over here, I haven't figured out the basement or the ground floor. But this is, I don't even know where this is right now. So what I'm trying to do is have 2 bedrooms, ensuite bathrooms for each of them. I want them both at the bathrooms. And then I was doing more bedrooms upstairs. I don't know why I said it like that. Upstairs. But then maybe now what I'm thinking is maybe we don't have anything up on this 4th floor. Because it was becoming really difficult to get stairs up here and have a layout that isn't tiny. Like, it feels so small for something that should be so grand. So I'm thinking maybe what we do, and please let me know in the comments down below, what if we just got rid of this? Got rid of this floor. And then we could even just have, so these bedrooms here could have, we'll have to do a hallway somewhere. I just don't know where. I guess they have to be at the back. Maybe they do have like a roof on this. So maybe we even do something like this, where the bedrooms actually take up the whole upper 2 floors. So most of it is just open at the top like this. And then this would be like their en-suites at the back. And then up here, you could even have like a little loft space where we could add their particular item. So for example, my sim Bob, he has a lot of sort of robotic stuff. So maybe he could have some robotic stuff all the way up here in his loft, in his bedroom area, or something like that. Maybe not that, maybe something else, but something like that. And then I just don't know how we get up to this level without cutting into these rooms. And also the other problem is, because we have the big window at the front, I don't want to have stairs near the front cutting into the view and into their rooms. So we kind of need to have the stairs at the back, and then it's like, how do you get the stairs to the back? Because then you have this giant long hallway. I don't know, I just need help with the layout. So what I'm gonna do is show you that this is, how wide is this? So each floor is 8 across and 11 deep. And all 4 floors are exactly the same size, 8 by 11. So if you guys want to build up some sample floor plans and send them to me in a screenshot on Twitter or something like that, that'd be great. I'd love to see your suggestions, or just describe it in the comments down below. Because I've got to figure this out. We've got to make it fancy. Also, we've got a lot of space, so we've got to use a lot of this space. I mean, the other idea is we could just turn this into a living space up here and not have it as the bedrooms, but I just thought it looked so cool as bedrooms. We could just open it up like this, have it as kitchen, living, open space like that, and then have either bedrooms at the back or just have bedrooms downstairs. But I feel like bedrooms on the ground floor is kind of lame. It just seemed like this was such a cool space to use for bedrooms. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. We'll be back with the build probably very, very soon, because I want to finish this build off so we can move on and continue the Let's Play. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to comment down below. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.